Hey friends, welcome back to season 3 of Stars of Learning podcast. And I'm your host, Jyoti G. And this is an exclusive Leaders Spotlight interview with our guest on their insights and experiences. And I'm sure you will have loads of nuggets which will inspire you to take action and also connect with my guest. By the way, friends, if you're joining to this show for first time, then make sure you also check my previous episode and do subscribe to my channel so you're notified on our upcoming shows. Hey, hi Kavita, welcome back to my show. And in this episode, we have some specific questions like a rapid round to know about the leaders who come on my podcast, Stars of Learning. And these are some powerful questions to targeted to know about you and what you do, which will influence my listeners to engage, enlighten, and empower. And that's the mission of my podcast. So, are you ready?
Yes, the powerful questions is giving me butterflies in my stomach. But yes, come on,
Don't
shoot
worry.
them one by one.
Very simple. It's all about you. So it's just 10 questions. I've kept it in mind. So I'll shoot on the first one to you. According to you, what is your star moment?
Okay. So, Jyoti, I think, for me, there have been several moments where I felt like a star, honestly.
Sure.
Right. And if I could quickly just share with you, they would be like, while I was working in the corporate sector, I was given double promotions, and that too not only in one organization, but in two of my companies, and at the same time awarded as one of the star performers. So that was one of the moment. And then when I chose to do my master's in psychology at the age of 45 years and cleared it in straight 2 years and had the degree in my hands, I really congratulated myself for doing that and patted my own back. And that was a star moment for me. And last year, when I became an author with my first book getting published, it was certainly a star moment for me. And when my clients share their success stories after going back from the sessions, nothing can come close to those moments, Jyoti. They are really priceless, and my head bows down in gratitude. So
Sure.
those would be my star moments.
Hearty congratulations on that. And I should be calling you Dr. Kavita Yadav. So,
No. Let me correct you. A doctor will be after I do my PhD. Right?
okay.
I did my graduation in psychology honors. I moved to do my MBA, MBA in corporate. But after my daughters were born and I was on a sabbatical, that's when I had my calling and I did my master's at the age of 45 to be into the
Inspiring.
field.
Okay. So, with that journey, what inspires you to do everything that you do today, Kavita?
So the feeling of contentment in my heart, the smiles on the faces of my clients, the tears and joy and hope in their eyes and mine too, and the principle that I believe in and work on, that parenting and leadership are two sides of the same coin. A great parent will definitely make a great leader. That is what inspires me.
Interesting. And if you owned a company, I think you own a company already. What's one thing you would do differently in learning?
Okay, so in my area of work, it is never about me or my thoughts and my beliefs. It is always about the other person who has come to me for guidance. And I firmly believe that if challenges and concerns are of my client, then solutions are also with them. I'm just a facilitator and help them deep dive inside themselves and come out with solutions, ways to move ahead in their lives. And that's what I do.
Sure, inspiring. And what are the three most important things you would like to accomplish right now?
Three most important things. Well, I don't think I can list out three at the moment, honestly. But I certainly do not believe in competition with others. I'm my own competition, and that's where I work and would like to accomplish also. So I can say I want to keep climbing the ladder of success by being of service to others who need my service and expertise in the field of parenting, emotional well-being, career counseling, and guidance in my role as a counseling psychologist, parenting coach, and a career counselor.
Hmm. And this question is based on my audience request, Kavita, and they are keen to know the
Mhm.
strengths of the thought leaders who come on my podcast. So, if I may
Mhm.
ask you, what are your strengths?
Okay. So my strengths would be my honesty, my hard work, and my resilience.
Hmm. So, what's the best book you have read this year or any time you want to recommend to my listeners, and why?
Okay. Hmm. So Jyoti, of lately I read the book The Journey by Brandon Bays,
Okay.
right? And yeah, it's a non-fiction book about self-healing awareness and emotions stored in a body cells. So the
Hmm.
book is engaging because the author shares her personal journey of healing into the book. And the book teaches the system and even gives a script to people who are working in the field of emotional health and life coaching, which they can immediately put into use and see its application.
Oh, interesting one.
Hmm.
So, Kavita, moving on, what are the characteristics of the best boss or a role model or a mentor or a coach you ever had? And what made that person great for you?
Okay. So, Jyoti, I'm really blessed to have worked with seniors and mentors who had the humility, who always believed in their team members and juniors, and gave that space freedom to learn,
Mm,
perform, and grow. So, I've
mm,
always been encouraged to move ahead, keep adding to my list of competences, and fly high.
mm. Interesting. And are there any tools that you use on a daily basis to be a better you?
Hmm. So, one thing that I surely do is that I write my gratitude journal, and it helps me stay on the page and focus on what I have and stay in the state of growth and abundant mindset out there. It is really powerful.
Mm,
And that 1 hour that I take out to work on my physical health is so liberating, and it sets the mood of the day.
mm. Sure. Are there any habit you're practicing which has made you successful in whatever you're doing today?
So, other than letting the child in me take a backseat and keeping myself on the top in the list of my priorities, because I firmly believe that if I have to take care of my family and my loved ones, I need to be healthy and happy in all aspects, be it physical, emotional, or mental.
Yeah, this is a very powerful one where always women, a priority of herself would be a backseat. And then, you know, it's everything else. And then at the last, but this one is interesting one, Kavita. So, Kavita, how do you see learning trends in 2021 or in the future?
Okay, so when you talk about learning trends, I would say in coming years, it is like be flexible and adaptable to the changing environment. We all have seen what happened when COVID came and lockdown happened. So flexibility is one thing that must be there for you to be a good learner and to progress in your life and careers,
Mm,
and not let the opportunity go out of your hands. So
mm,
there is a high need and demand to upgrade your skills along with being a proactive individual and being
mm,
consistent in your approach when it comes to learning.
sure. And Kavita, we have come to an end of this interview, and there's one last question I ask you. Before I ask you that, how can people reach out to you?
How can people reach out to me? They can reach out to me through my website.
Okay.
So there are contact details given over there, right? And then I do have my Instagram handle, my
Mm,
Facebook page, my YouTube channel.
okay,
Just drop me a message, just follow, subscribe, and drop me a message, and
sure.
I'll get in touch with you.
Okay. On a closing note, and that last question, Kavita, your advice to people who are new and want to accelerate their career.
Hmm. be a learner always. Be
Mm.
a learner always. And while you go for that learning, go like a blank slate so that you can come back with some real takeaways.
Mm.
And next to the list would be like be a giver.
Mm.
And
Mm.
last but not the least, never compromise on your self-worth and self-respect. Be in
Mm.
the space of acceptance, that
Mm.
unconditional acceptance of yourself, others, and life in totality.
Hmm. Amazing one, Kavita. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the links and resources which we have discussed in this episode will be made available in my show notes page of my podcast, Stars of Learning, and also on my website, prajvitaknowledge.com. That is PRAJVITA knowledge.com. Do check the description box. Thank you so much, Kavita, for being on the show and sharing all your wisdom and making this conversation useful to my listeners to know the strengths and keeping them, helping them to connect and collaborate with an expert like you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you for having me on your podcast. And I hope listeners go back with some real takeaways which they can immediately start applying and connect better with their children, loved ones, and themselves.
Sure. So, friends, if you've got any learning or motivated hearing to this episode, then make sure you do tag Kavita and myself on any social platform and do let your friends know about this amazing information to engage, enlighten, and empower. By the way, friends, I'm always grateful to all my listeners who tunes in, listen, and leaves a review. If not done, do a minute review on YouTube or iTunes or any app to help our podcast grow. And I'll really appreciate your support for that. Once again, thank you so much, friends, for listening till now. Bye for now. Take good care of yourself. Be safe and do something engaging, enlightening, and empowering. Thank you.